Greetings everyone. Hey, thank you for joining me and a warm welcome to you all. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy the community and the videos that are uploaded. This is the month of August reading for Taurians. So welcome in, Taurians. This is your reading. I didn't do a July reading because I was away and didn't have the time to manage to get them done. I am uploading these readings earlier in July. What I do find is when I do a reading, quite often events start to take place sooner rather than later. So you may find some of these events are beginning to occur in July as well as August. We are using these 3 different decks that you see here. I have shuffled them, but I will cut them for you in front of the camera just so that you know that there's nothing staged or anything. Now, July is a very potent month. We have the 2 eclipses in July, one on the 2nd, one on the 16th. There was also Chiron going retrograde and Mercury going retrograde. All of those things combined, all on top of one another, bring about a lot of introspection, going back in time, reviewing things, especially at a personal level. Now, it will affect everyone differently, obviously, but the effects of an eclipse can go on for some months, both sides, either before and after. In August, we have the Lionsgate Portal Day, the 8-8 energy, which can be quite powerful and really useful to tune into if you are seeking energetic connection and things like strength and knowledge and answering questions. On the 11th of August, Jupiter goes direct in Sagittarius, and we also have on the same day Uranus going retrograde. So we still do have retrograde energies happening, and these tend to slow events down or take us backwards or readdress certain things that we haven't actually worked through. So adding those, as I say, with the eclipses, we've got a lot of things that we're going back to readdress or reassess or reassemble or disassemble, whatever happens to be the role. Anyhow, Taurians, Taurus, my lovely earth energy friends, let's cut these decks and see where we're headed. That's a cut there. No, it doesn't really matter how we do them. It's where we end up, which is where we begin, of course. It's the circle of life, isn't it? Wherever you end up is where you begin your next journey. Okay, so there's no set agenda to which way we're going to be calling on these cards, but we will be looking at relationships, health and career overall for this particular reading. So I've been tending to start with these cards on the left, which are a new deck. These are a full tarot deck, as is this. This is an oracle tarot. This deck deals with the chakra energy system as well as the tarot. So it's an infusion of, if you like, new paradigm thinking and the incorporation of the energetic or spiritual body into the psyche and the collective conscious, which is how tarot traditionally works. So your first card out is actually rather a beautiful one. It's the 10 of Wands. 10s are often about finishing cycles or events and preparing yourself into moving into somewhere new. So the Wands are often considered around career or passion and fire, hobbies, or our creative perspective in life. So the 10 of Wands in the traditional tarot can often symbolize someone who has been at something or has learnt something or has been on a long path for a lengthy amount of time, hence the number 10. So the 10s often come to us when we have reached some sort of apex or critical point of understanding or awareness or learning or knowledge or growth, so that we are ready to move into a new direction. Now, given that I'm starting off really looking at relationships, this could be unfolding around you about time to embrace newness or the contemplation of something that's been going on with relationships for you that may have been a little bit burdensome or tiresome. It might be that you've been supporting someone or holding them up for a long time and you've been helping them to evolve, or you've been their support person. This is often the feeling with this card because it's about taking something on your shoulder, which she has these 10 wands up here across her back and shoulder in a way of support. So you can often have been a support mechanism either for a person or a series of people or a community, such as a work community or a church community or your family. This is kind of a card of evolution, as I say, and feeling as though you are possibly ready to either let some of this weight or burden go as you prepare to move into the future, or that you have learnt so much that it takes you into a new arena of understanding or ideas or creativity. Let's dig a little bit deeper into this 10 of Wands and see, yeah, you know, we've got your energy now with the Pentacles, of course, and see quite a lot of yellow coming through. And going back to this card, which I should have mentioned, this is the yellow border, which is the solar plexus area of the body, which is about trusting our gut strength and our inner knowledge and finding personal strength at the physical, spiritual and emotional level. So this 10 of Wands is really harnessing that inner knowledge, the strength that you have within you. And of course, Taurians, you're one of the strongest of the zodiac sign. And I don't just mean emotionally, you're physically strong as well. You're very capable. You have the tenacity emotionally to withstand long duration events, because there's a degree of patience with you in your strength as well. And the two of those are very good foundations for just slowly moving through life's hurdles or obstacles. But when we come to this card, the 6 of Pentacles, this is very much about giving and taking again, and it's also about the cycle of life. We are either supporting people and nurturing them, as this card suggests, and this one does too. This man is handing money out to those who are needy. So sometimes this can mean that you are financially supporting someone, whether it's a young child or an older parent or a friend in need, or even something like a business that has been struggling and you've been firing it up with your own financial input or support. But what it tells you is that when you do these acts of kindness and giving, the universe always is cyclical and it gives back to you. So if you've been feeling a little tired because of your, you know, ongoing gift of giving or support or nurture or teaching or whatever it is that you've done for whatever group of people are involved here, whether it's family or friends or a work community or whatever, you will be repaid, you will be rewarded. This is why the scales are in this card. It's the balance of giving and taking. But what it does say too is that for some of you, it's time to receive. If you have been giving, whether it's time, emotion, intellect, finances, physicality, whatever it is, it's time to start receiving. And I think this is a beautiful card to actually have as a receiving energy as well. Now remember, you can receive finances, you can receive love, and that could be intimate, romantic love. It can be the love of a pet or an animal. It can be the love of a parent child. It can be the love of very special dear friends or family members. Or it can be the love of something you are creating in a passionate sense. So two wonderful cards for you guys to start this reading with that seem to be saying there's a cycle of events coming whereby if you have been giving a lot, you will be receiving. And I think too, if some of you have been receiving from others, whether it be love or gifts or money or opulence or good health or happiness or friendship, then it might be time for you in turn to give back. Just remember, it's very cyclical. What more can we be told? Huh? Excuse me. The daughter value. Wow, guys, you've got two here about possible money either coming or going. But this is much more about money coming in. So I just said before, it could be time for you guys to start receiving if you have been giving. There's something coming for you. Now, for some people, this can literally be an inheritance or a generous gift or a promotion, a wage increase, some sort of financial investment that's paid dividends that might be coming your way, such as a share portfolio, or you may have had money invested somewhere and it's time to cash it in, and it might be paying quite well. Some of you might have something like a property for sale and you will find it should sell and make a little bit of money. For some of you, this relates to your job or career, and there could be a promotion or a pay rise or some sort of increment. There could even be a tax refund for some of you. But these are three really positive, great cards. And do you see the colours that are coming through? They're mainly golds, yellows and reds, which is down in this kind of physical plane of our life. Down in the manifestation of our homes, our tribes, our emotions, our stability, our ability to ground ourselves and live in the practical part of life. Oh, really nice cards coming through. Well, they all, look at all, well, that's a lot that have all jumped themselves off the deck. So there's 4 of them here. Let's turn them up one by one. Wow, now you've got more money. Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. This is again about patience and dedication. It's your earth sign energy again. It suggests that when you take the time to craft your skill, then you are rewarded with your diligence and patience, and hard work and determination is rewarded. And we're back here in the base chakra area. We've still got these red colours coming through, and this is where our financial sector sits in life. Now, for some of you, it could mean that there may have been a block, that the block needs clearing for you guys to find the door to finances or value, to find the 8 of Coins manifesting positively, and to feel the gift of money coming in, and to allow this weight off your shoulders. So because this is a general reading, some of you will be in the position of receiving all of this without jurisdiction or without boundaries, and the other half of you, it may not be half, but some of the rest of you will be in a position where you are seeking to find these things. And if this chakra area, the base chakra, is blocked for you guys, you just need to open it to manifest the positivities that are around at the moment. The one thing with the 8 of Pentacles I can sometimes pick up is that there may be a little bit of back pain, hip pain, or trouble in and around the organs of that part of the body. So it can be suggestive of like irritable bowel syndrome, or diverticulitis, or Crohn's disease, or something along those lines can flare up as well. That's one of the health perspectives that I see with this card, but even though we're not in the health realm yet, I often mention it when I see the card. So we're still talking great positivity here, as you can see. What's next? More coins, more pentacles. So money is in the air. Your career might be a main focus for you, and if you're not working, then it's your passions or hobbies, or how you deal with your finances or investments in life. Now, you've had some really positive coin cards come out, or pentacle cards. This one is a little different, and we see that it's up in the blue border, which is the throat sector, which is about communication. The 5 of Coins can sometimes mean to us that we are feeling cut off, as if we have a lack. Now, I can't quite understand why this card would be here when we've seen so much promise of positivity. But remember, I pointed out that you might be this person needing the loan. So you might be either in the cycle of giving or receiving. And if you need to receive money to help you out, you need to be available and open to receive. If you are blocked off, you won't get it. And this is where you end up when your energy is blocked to receiving. This is the card of being stifled, of feeling lack of flow. Also, it can represent feeling a bit gloomy, down emotionally, as well as physically. Sometimes this even represents a broken bone or a cold and a flu. Feeling shut out, being pushed away from all of these positives in life. But I think this is more of a warning card to suggest to you to make sure that you are clearly communicating. And if communication is required around your finances, then do so. If you need to talk to people or make arrangements or sign documents or approach someone for a job interview or a promotion, or if there is an opportunity where someone has said to you, look, I'm happy to loan you some money or gift you some, you need to communicate about that. You need to either approach them or listen to what they have to say. The Princess of Wands, she's in the green spectra of the chakra energy. This is the heart area. Now she is outdoors in the forest at one with nature. And the princesses are often about the initiation of something. And she's very much around the wands. We come back here to this very first one where the wands initiate passion and creativity. So there's a possibility that as we've moved through from the 10 and we've moved into these potential offers of money or people supporting you or nurturing you, or you being the person who's doing the supporting and nurturing, remember, because it can be either way, then it feels as though with some sort of communication involved with these people in your life, with these people who are forming relationships with you, there is the possibility of some sort of new creative passion or ideas coming forth. It's really a rather beautiful card, this one. She finds some sort of creative flow when she has taken the time to connect with the outdoors, with Mother Nature, with the sprites, the nature sprites and the fairies, which connect with our imagination. So allowing some sort of imaginative process for you can help creativity, which would probably halt this block that might be here if you have problems with money. There's certainly people in your life this month of August and possibly July who are here to help create a positivity and bounty. It doesn't surprise me, but that's the Ace of Coins. So with this flourishing of ideas and passion and fire and creativity coming to you that fires up through the heart level, which can be very emotive and creative, obviously, you've got another opportunity for some sort of creation of wealth or growth or expansion. Ideas, conceptions, these are very much in the ethos. They are not formulated yet, so they are growing and taking shape as you journey into them. So there are opportunities around you for transformation, for positivity, for growth and wealth. You just have to know who to connect with, who's around that's there to support you or loan you money. Some of you, it might be for an extension of a business, or the startup package for a new business, or the mortgage broker for the purchasing of a home, or someone who is buying your wares or your services, whatever they may be. But you have had so much positivity around finances that you can't ignore it. So I think it's a really good time for any of you Taurians to contemplate what you are doing with your finances, how you wish to spend them, how you wish to invest them, and how you wish to move into new directions with the rest of the year coming, so for the rest of 2019, but probably even further than that. I think this here is setting you guys up for moving into 2020 and even 2021, especially if we're talking new business strategies or new career opportunities or new homes. If this is a home that you end up in or that you're purchasing or someone might be helping you into, it might be a place that you end up living in for some time. Wow. Now you've got the Page of Pentacles, which is pretty much the same as this. These are the young people that give us the ideas, the opportunities coming, and he's back in the money sector again. She is very much about the creativity and often is insinuated with our career realm. This again is the opportunity of new beginnings, so job applications, interviews, concepts, ideas, the merging of something with another, forming partnerships, liaisons, things like that. It's fascinating. You've had such a fascinating reading so far. The moon, we're back up in the blue chakra area, which again is our communication realm. This talks to us about balance. You notice that the dogs here have these orbs of light shining from their heads, as if we are seeking interconnection, galactic interconnection with ourselves, with our higher self, collective consciousness, trusting our gut instinct and tuning into our emotions to find answers as we move forward. One last card. Whoa, wow, beautiful. So you have an angelic presence coming in for you, and it's the angel of strength. And when I said there was a little bit around this one, as if we might feel as though we had been either overburdened or overwhelmed, possibly because of the support and nurture we have given someone else, or perhaps because of the support and nurture we have needed for ourselves, you are now being gifted the angel of strength. And what did I say about Taurians? That you are already one of the strongest of the astrological signs, and now you have been gifted more strength. I've noticed this month, and I'm not sure why, but I've seen a few animals coming into the reading. There's a stag here, and this is for different signs too. So there's a stag in the background here, the fairies, pixies and elementals. There's a beautiful king of the beast lions. So this could also represent a Leo in your life, who may be a person who gives you strength of some sort. And then we have the dogs here. So for some of you, this is the connection to spirit guides and animal guides that could be coming in as new partners to help you evolve into this new path that you're headed. And I do feel it's a very new path, and it seems to be connected to your physicality in life, your tribal roots, your home ground, your housing and your careers. And so these are the celestial helpers that may be with you on your journey. I know some of you are really aware of this type of aspect of our spirituality and our soul journey, whereas others of you are not quite so interested. So if this part really calls to you or talks to you about the spirit guides or animals, then spend some time meditating in quiet, peace and quiet, and see what you come up with, and see if there's something that's attracting itself to you to be a guide for you. If it's not that, and you're not particularly following that realm of thinking, then the cards go back to the more generic meaning, which is still very beautiful anyhow. So if we move on now to health for you guys, you've had such positive cards in real terms here anyhow. I don't think that health-wise there will be too much that we're focusing on. But interestingly enough, you've received the moon twice. So when we get two cards and right after each other as well, which is really even more powerful, then we need to take heed of the messages of the card. And yet again, the two dogs are really calling to me. So for some of you, this could even be your pets that are being talked about in the month of July or August. Some of you may be receiving new pets into the home, and some of you may lose a pet. We also see down here the crab-like or the Cancer energy. This can be referring to the watery energy signs around you in your life. You may be meeting some new water sign people, such as the Pisces, Scorpio or Cancers, and they may be associated with something like the moon, which is very much the feminine energy. It's our emotions, it's our psychic, intuitive awareness and connection. It's also about maintaining balance in our life. Now, given that this is the health sector, it could be suggesting to you guys to make sure that your emotions are balanced, that your hormones are balanced, that the things that you are doing with relationships and people are not overstressing you. Sometimes these cards, the moon, will turn up when there's an affair involved, or there's something going on where three people can be involved, and sometimes one of those people is not available, so they're already attached to someone else, or you may be already emotionally attached or involved with someone else, but you're finding attraction to something that isn't quite fitting the picture, and it's up to you to work through it and emotionally make decisions. This can sometimes happen at night or in the dark of night, or it's like a hidden agenda, or it's something that you may be wanting to keep quiet. Now, if we go back to health, it could relate to the moon cycles, and that the full moon and eclipses that we have had in July may be affecting your health one way or another. It could be that you are seeing the end of a cycle, and it could be the end of a health cycle, promoting better health for you. So if any of you have been under the influence of something, and especially something that you've felt addicted to or that you've needed one way or another, this may be abating or moving on, or consequently it could be exacerbated because of the eclipses, and in which case you would need to bring balance into the situation. And then we talked about balance earlier with the scales. So for any of you who have health that you feel is swinging in and out of control, especially emotionally, you need to apply balance and figure out why you are feeling these swings so much. Let's dig a bit deeper. The Wheel of Fortune and the beautiful Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is given all of the magician's abilities to co-create and manifest your heart's desire. So if this is about health, and we see it in the green chakra area, which is the heart, and this is also connected to the heart and the green, then there might be something that your heart is creating around a health issue. So for some of you, this could be a physical heart problem that you need to get checked up, do the routine bloods, change your diet, eat healthy foods, do moderate exercise, yada yada. For others, this could be an emotional health issue that has affected your heart at a deep level, and it might be associated with a relationship, and it could be a hidden relationship that you have going on in the background, or one that you have not fully explored or integrated. So there could be a number of different things that are affecting your health that involve possibly soulmates or twin flame energies, or the activation of that type of feeling. This is a beautiful card, generally would bode very well. This is support, nurture, love, companionship, trust, honor, all of the positives in life. So if it's come up as a health perspective, then there's a possibility that someone around you cares very deeply for you, and they can be your support person who might be the one who is prepared to give you something, whether it be finance or money or emotional or physical support, and you need to learn to accept it and bring it into balance. So again, because these are general readings and this one seems to be going quite deep for you guys, you will need to feel into which perspective or dynamic that this is matching for you. Well, let's just take one more. The King of Swords, he could be an air sign person around you who could be involved in your health one way or another, such as a doctor or a counsellor or an advisor or a close companion, someone who perhaps is wanting to take the lead. He could be a surgeon. Some of you may be seeing a surgeon and having some sort of surgical procedure. I would suggest, if that's the case, I think in most cases it would be a booked-in surgical procedure. The Wheel of Fortune, just coming back to this, it does designate change and slow turning positive change. So if we're talking health, I still feel that your health is on the up and up and it's changing for the good. Let's have a little look at potential for career. But we seemed to cover that off in the beginning with so many of those cards. So perhaps we might just free flow these. I'll just pull a few more cards and we'll just free flow them. Oh, hello. More Pentacles. I've never seen quite so many coins come out in one reading. You know, this is again back in the heart dynamic because we've got the green borders. So you've had a few of the green borders. There's something that's affected your heart or your emotions or how you passionately feel about life. Something is driving this perspective of what's going on. This money is still a good sign. He sometimes thinks he has not enough, or he's worried about how he earns his money or where it's coming from. But the message of this card is to not fret and not worry. Look at all the white light behind his head. There's this glow of positivity and success. And it comes back again to this. Whatever you're doing, whether you're giving or receiving, it's all part of the cycle of life. And when you do it within balance, everything works in your favor and positively. So I'm just wondering if we receive an angel. We have had the angel of strength in here, but I'm just wondering if we receive another one. Beautiful victory. You see, there's victory in the air for you. Very, very positive omen and card. And the sun. The sun is all about new beginnings, new cycles, evolution, the finishing of number 10 and back to number 1. There's another 10, 28. So you have a very positive reading, guys, and I'd like you to focus on the positives within this reading because they're powerful, and I believe they're hidden messages that will take you a long way. As I said, into the end of this year, but even into next year. There's something in here for you all that if you think hard enough about it, delve deep enough into it, it's a way forward that will take you a long way for quite some time. You just have to sort out what the moon was talking to you about and what messages you needed to clarify and clear up within this moon that turned up. And you may find the answers more apparent when the eclipses have been and gone, and when you have engaged with that activity and meditated with it and found what direction to head it in as the year unravels. So thank you for tuning in. Please remember to check your moon and rising signs, because there's bound to be information in there for you as well. Please sub the channel and hit the subscription button so that when I upload videos, you will see them come through on your notification list. So guys, for you all, I wish you all many positive blessings, much protection, with the white light rays and the angel of strength to guard you for the month of July and August and to provide you with clarity and insight. So much love and blessings to you all. Namaste.